Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be in Mimi's kitchen making up some omelets fresh from my kitchen garden outside. Doesn't that look good? It was delicious. And I'll be glad to show you step by step how to do your own omelets. First I went outside right off the back deck and picked some Swiss chard from my garden. This is the first vegetable that has started producing from my little backyard kitchen garden. This is rainbow Swiss chard. It's a new vegetable to me and I really like it. It's full of vitamins and iron. I like the taste better than I do the spinach. So let me get back in the kitchen and show you how to make omelets. The ingredients are Swiss chard, chopped ham, chopped bell pepper, sour cream, butter, shredded cheese, and a couple of fresh eggs from my hen house. I am going to wash and pat dry my Swiss chard. Then I'll show you how to de-stem it and chop it up fine. All these vegetables were pre-chopped and I'm going to chop up some garlic. So you just take a knife and run it along the stem and pull the stem out. You could cook those, but I really didn't want those in my omelets. So I'm just pulling out the stems. And then I'm going to layer the leaves on top of each other, roll it up, and give it a nice chop. This is also how I chop up collards, roll them up, and then just do small cuts, chopping up the greens. You can chop up the stems and cook those. If you were just cooking greens, they're good too. But for the omelet, I didn't want that heaviness in the omelet. Over at my mixer, I take 2 eggs and I crack them and pour them in the mixer. Also, I will pop in 1 tablespoon of water, a big heaping tablespoon of sour cream, and some salt and pepper. You could put garlic powder in here, but I'm putting garlic in with the veggies, so I didn't add any garlic powder to this. And then you just process it on high and whip the eggs up really well. It's going to be nice and frothy when you're finished, but give it a good pulse a couple of times and you're done. Moving on to a saucepan, kind of a medium-sized pan, I added a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt good. Then I'm going to saute the chopped Swiss chard, chopped garlic, and the chopped bell pepper. You can use any kind of vegetables. I have done this with spinach and onions and mushrooms, but you want to saute all those vegetables first. So melt the butter. And you can add in your greens, the garlic, and the bell pepper. And you just kind of lightly saute all these until the Swiss chard melts down or reduces. I actually made 2 omelets, so I'm not using everything on this one pan. But you'll see it's going to greatly reduce as you cook it. And just keep tossing it until the garlic is nice and cooked and the peppers are a little soft. Okay, now you'll see it has reduced down. It's still sizzling. Now you take your egg mixture from your mixer and you just lightly pour it over your veggies, making sure it's all the veggies are covered. You see how foamy it is. And then you're going to cook this on a medium heat so that you don't burn your egg. And using a spatula, you just kind of scoop around the pan, lifting up the edges. until all of the liquid is gone and it's just now thickened egg. And when you can scoop your spatula all the way under, then you flip it over. And this takes a lot of practice. There's been many times I've ended up eating scrambled omelet. But you pour on your meat topping. I chose chopped ham. You could use bacon or sausage. And then I sprinkled cheese over the top. And you're going to cook the other side. And then using your spatula, you're going to flip this in half. Spread your veggies out and your cheese out. And carefully lift up one side. Once this side is pretty much done, you're going to lift it up and fold it in half. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at all that green and red. And then you cook it on this side for a couple of minutes, and then you carefully turn it over and cook it on the other side for a couple of minutes. Then all that nice cheese inside of it will be melting. And I love the non-stick pans for making omelets. They work great. Okay, once you've got one side done, you just flip it over and cook the other side. Perfect. And then you just toss it on a plate, and I cut up some oranges. I usually like to have fruit with my omelets. So I cut up some oranges, or you could use grapes, bananas. There it is, Swiss chard omelets. Give it a try. It is yum, yum.